Democrat New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has a warm, traditional Thanksgiving message for all his subjects and anyone with the temerity to visit them. It's that King Cuomo can control how you freely associate with family and friends. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC TV. You know, between Mass Governor Charlie Baker's arbitrary new 9:30 p.m. curfew command and this guy in neighboring New York, it's hard to figure out who's more tyrannical. But as Dean Balsamani explains for the New York Post, shh, don't tell Twitter about that. Despite Andrew Cuomo telling residents of the Empire State that they're free to travel to other homes for Thanksgiving. Oh, thank you, gracious Lord Cuomo. They aren't really free to do that at all if those homes happen to be out of state. Upon setting foot in New York, they and visitors from out of state will be ordered to show negative COVID-19 tests and quarantine for 3 days even when the tests are negative. But wait, there's more. Now travelers must show proof of a negative test taken within 3 days of arriving in the Empire State and must also quarantine for 3 more days and get a new COVID-19 test on the 4th. How nice. And that's not all. If that's positive, they must isolate for 2 weeks, the governor said at an Albany press briefing. And in addition, if you act fast, you too can experience the extra pressure of Cuomo's well-shown shoe pressing on your rights. All you need to do is refuse any test. At that point, you get 14 days of house arrest. Anyone who refuses to be tested must quarantine for 14 days. And don't get cocky, you reckless New Yorkers. You'd better understand that you travel thanks to the beneficence of Don Cuomo. You might think you can find some way around this, but you must kiss the proverbial ring. New Yorkers who return home within a day of leaving must take a test within 4 days of their arrival, Cuomo said. But if they're gone longer for 24 hours, then the new rules apply. And to put on bold display how nonsensical, arbitrary, and authoritarian Cuomo's commands are, consider how this position compares to his rule on out-of-state commuters. Those who commute to New York between bordering states are not required to be tested each trip, he noted. So, if you flip in and out of state every day for a week, Cuomo knows that the virus, capital V, leaves you alone. But if you stay out of state in the Badlands for more than a day, the virus will get you and infect the entire state. Makes perfect sense. And of course, his order is so peaceful and constitutional. By the way, on the practical level, Cuomo exempts travel from New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania, which on the latest October 31st chart from Johns Hopkins means he's allowing visitors from the state with the highest death rate per capita, New Jersey, the 4th worst death rate per capita, Connecticut, and one that hovers just outside the 10 worst, Pennsylvania. But by now, who would expect Cuomo to make sense or abide by his own oath to protect and defend the U.S. Constitution and the New York State Constitution? To do so would be like expecting his brother to actually engage in fair-minded journalism on CNN. After all, this is the man who, at the start of October, literally threatened Jewish schools and synagogues, zip code by zip code, telling their leaders that if they did not abide by his mask, time, and capacity commands, he would shut them down.
If you do not agree to enforce the rules, then we'll close the institutions down. I am prepared to do that.
You know, Don Cuomo, that doesn't exactly comport with the First Amendment's protection of religion and free association. It also acts as a form of taking by the government, which, according to that crazy thing, the Constitution requires just compensation from Herr Cuomo's administration. It's punishment without a jury trial, which is forbidden by the 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendments, and is cruel and unusual punishment, forbidden by the 8th Amendment. Additionally, for the private schools, it's an infringement of the Contract Clause of the Constitution, which forbids state governments from interfering with the fulfillment of already existing contracts between private parties. And Cuomo's demand for test results is an infringement of the 4th Amendment, which prohibits state searches of individuals or their property without warrants issued by judges, citing the person to be searched and the item or items sought. And finally, there is, once more, the practical question of whether the tests themselves are reliable. If the tests are PCR, that's polymerase chain reaction tests, then the answer is no, they are not reliable as diagnostic tests. So Cuomo's forcing taxpayers to pay for an arbitrarily applied set of mandates in a police state that enforces unreliable tests for a disease the fatality rate of which is roughly equal to the seasonal flu. And as he does it, he treats his oath to the U.S. and New York constitutions like poker bluffs. Is it any wonder that New Yorkers are fed up with that guy? I don't think so. But hey, enjoy Thanksgiving, New Yorkers, however you possibly can do it. And to those who might be visiting them, I wish you all the best. I wish everybody all the best. I hope you're having a great week. And if you get the opportunity, please tell your friends about the videos we're producing here at MRC TV and about all the work that the team does at mrctv.org. And don't forget, if you want some great items in preparation for Christmas, go to MRC-store. We'll see you on Facebook, definitely. I'll see you in the comments section on YouTube as well. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you on Instagram, and we'll see you over at Twitter. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.